Okay, now the future desktop. What do we mean by the desktop? A number of people are today still are stuck up with that particular idea that a desktop is just the hardware that is sitting on the table. It is certainly called as a desktop computer, but it's not the desktop. The desktop computer that we see on our desks at home and at our offices and other internet parlors, those desktop computers, they contain the desktop which we will be working on. So the screen here right on top shows you the desktops that were in use very long time ago. Now, the first two that are on top of my slide, these two are pictures that I got from the internet about the desktop that people had been using a long time ago, right at the time when desktops became very popular. Think about it, those days when Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, his vision was to put a desktop on every desk in every home. But don't you think that that vision has already been realized multiple times? Because we don't see just one desktop in every home or on every desk. We see many desktops in every home on every desk. That is because of the size of the desktop that has been shrinking right from those days till today. Now the desktop, some of the desktop images that I have displayed right at the bottom of my my screen, the slide. These are some of the desktops that we are familiar with in modern days. Now the desktop is that particular screen that you see as soon as your system is booted up, and that shows what are the files and applications and the storage locations that you are now working on, which are available to you in your systems. So some of the pictures that I thought would be of great use to you, that is a 3D desktop that is showing up as an image. That is another with a lot of icons displayed on the desktop. That might be the desktop of a very, very busy CEO, because he's got a lot of icons there displayed. Now, the desktop that we are familiar with today, will that be the same in the days to come? Now, the desktops that we are talking about, the future desktops. Now, I'm not a prophet going to tell you what will happen 20 years from now. But then, all the indicators that we get from leading software vendors, they give us a picture of what would the desktop be like in the future. Now, the desktop of the future is certainly going to be a virtual entity. That's what I would want to predict. If not today, in the next couple of years, we will see desktops becoming virtual entities, in the sense you would not see the desktop resident on one system, but the desktop will be delivered from a remote place to multiple different independent machines or gadgets that people will be using. So the desktops that people that will be using in future will not be just one set of hardware, but then we see people using a desktop at their office, people using a desktop at their homes, people having a handheld device, people using a mobile phone. All of these are gadgets that people keep using all the time today, and one cannot imagine a person without a handheld device or a mobile phone on which he would want to access his information. Now the desktop of the future would be delivered to these independent machines or gadgets, and that will be from a remote location. So your desktop might look the same in your PC that's on your that's in your office. It will look the same in your home where you will be working. It will look the same in your handheld device as well as your mobile phone or your laptop. So it's going to be a uniform look and feel when the desktop is delivered to you. So the applications that you are used to, the files that you are working on, and all the important communication applications that you use to communicate with people, mailing or instant messaging or voice or audio, video conferencing, all of those applications, those those applications with the data will travel with people wherever they go. So that is a jargon called as continuous and connected. Now continuous is it's going to be with you always, and connected is you are always available to people who are around you and who are the stakeholders of the data that you carry with. So you don't have to come to the desktop in order that you will be able to connect to somebody or you will be able to access your data, but the desktop will be coming with you. You will be carrying the desktop with you everywhere you go. So that is going to be the desktop of the future, and that is what we are going to talk about in a few minutes now. Now, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be continuous and connected. Where will the desktop be? The desktop will reside in the data center that is providing you this particular facility. The data center will push the desktop to your gadgets or machines. The data center most probably would have been, say, virtualized, certainly, because we know of the cloud technology that is pervasive and which is coming up in a huge way everywhere. So the cloud technology and the virtualization, that would help people to build private clouds. We know about the public clouds that are already existing and are available to people in different ways, in different delivery models. Now, those clouds will contain the desktop. The desktop will be